Ready? Are we rolling? Oh, good. Shoot, I forgot my bloody glasses. Helps to see, okay. I'll do 6 or 7. Did 7. Glad this is a slow night. I've had days when this could take a couple of hours just in between people walking in the door.
Now that you said that.
Shh, don't jinx me. See how the wicks go up as they get tighter? Got to be careful not to cut those though. I'm just kind of guessing on this. This is the second time I've built one of these. I know I want to move it over from where it's going to stop naturally.
So now you're trying to push it over that.
I'm straightening it, and I'm pushing it over at the same time. Maybe raising it up slightly. See how I'm just hitting it with the shoulder right there? Got one.
Yeah, all this thing keeps changing focus.
Yeah. It's the light. Let's see, looky. Okay. Where is it? There it is. Let's see, what is the resistance on that build? Would you believe a lot of people do their entire build on these things? 0.35. That's about what I was looking for. Let's double check. Snug. Snug. Poo. Snug 0.35. See if it heats up. There's a little smoke. And the battery died. Yep. It won't work on that. Can you pause it? You ready? Must be having a low blood sugar episode. Look at that shaking.
Need more than a hot pocket.
Yeah, I know. Let's see here.
Pretty.
Well, let's just see.
It's like one's lighting up brighter than the other.
Yeah. Okay. And it's weird, but you always need to double check these guys. I'm quite often backing it off a quarter turn.
Heard that.
Okay. See, this one's tighter than the other. It's a really good coiler, but if it's not quite touching perfectly each and every time, Canon will do that. So let's see.
And that's not a brand new battery. Does that affect it?
No, not in the slightest. Okay, it's really close. Let's see what I can do here. See what that does for me. I can see where it is. I can see where the problem is. It's a little slower.
That make a huge difference to the vape?
Yes and no. Sometimes, not always. And it's going to be a little slower. It's not that much of a difference. I'm just going to go ahead and wick it. You can always come back later and fix it, but we're bleeding away time on video. So rather than waste a huge amount of time
i.e. data.
Mm-hmm. And if anybody's going to watch this, they're going to get really bored watching me just flip that button 20 times. So
Now you're putting the PG-VG mixture on it.
yeah, I'm using rayon fibers here. So to make the rayon stick together, I'm just adding a little bit of PG and VG. Since there's no flavor on it, I can come back at another time and put whatever flavor I happen to like. But rayon being what it is, it gets really super fluffy and won't stick together unless it's wet.
And you use rayon opposed to cotton because...
Well, it's an oriented fiber strand, but basically it wicks. Cotton doesn't wick. You get it wet, and that's it. It gets wet. It gets wet in spots, and it gets dry in spots, and unless the whole darn thing is wet, it's not going to transfer juice. Rayon will suck juice from over here and move it over there. So a lot of people will put a big, huge cloud that looks like of cotton in there. And I just use the minimum possible amount of rayon to get it down there onto the deck. And this stuff's not really holding still very well. Okay.
Wow, you could see it soak it up.
Yeah, doesn't it? Rayon just loves to suck. And it's pretty floppy, but if you feel it, it's a bit coarser feeling than cotton ball. Cotton's usually soft and snuggly, and this blah blah blah.
Well, you're not going to snuggle your wick.
Nope. No intention of. Another reason I like rayon over cotton is, I'll admit, it does take a few fills to get used to the flavor, or to actually get the flavor out of there. But once done, you will not get a bad taste out of it again. Now, some people can't deal with the initial taste, which a lot of times I'll get away from very simply by soaking the whole thing down and sitting here and blowing on it and cooking it off. I call that a wet burn. And I'm actually going to do a little bit of that right here.
The fun part.
Yeah. So let's see here. Helps if I turn it back on. I turned it off because I don't like having my finger on that wire and accidentally hitting that button. And there we are.